know, just about to set a board, I dropped down my worm harness, and it's funny because this fish came up and hit it, and I didn't even have the board out. So, you know, we were just talking to some of the competitors. One is Lou Cadet, who came down from Kappas Casing, and I told him, you got to be patient. Now, this isn't what we're going after. It's a little pike, but we want to net them because I want to be careful when I'm taking that hook out. We were talking about injuries earlier, and sometimes when you're handling pike or handling a lot of walleye and you haven't caught a lot of pike, you forget, and sometimes you get caught. You did great there. We can put him back in. He's just a little juvenile. He's learning how to feed, so he's going to take off. Come on, you can do it out of the net. There he is, and there he goes. Perfect. You know, many anglers, whether they fish for trout and salmon or walleye, are familiar with planer boards. But what I'm holding up here is not really a unique planer board, but it's one with a very specific feature. This is an inline planer board. That means that you can attach it right to your line. You don't have to have a tow rope, which takes it away from the boat, and some kind of a mast. The unique feature about this planer board is this flag. It's called a tattle, like a tattletale flag. And I'll tell you what's unique about it. You can see here, this is the spring. You can see that the flag moves, and there's a metal shaft that goes back to where the clip is. So when you have your line attached to the rear clip as well as the front, and there's a little bit of slack, if you hit some weeds, the line will get pulled back because the weeds provide a little bit of resistance. And see the flag? It tells. That's the tattle. Okay, so if you're trolling, that flag should be up like this. If it goes back a little bit and pops back up, you can pretty well bet that you've hit some weeds. So you gotta check your worm harness, bring the whole thing in, take the board off, reel in your line, make sure there's no weeds on it, let it back out. If it goes down and stays down and your board goes back, you probably have a walleye on. So walleyes usually, when they grab a worm harness, will try to eat it and hold on to it. So this tattle board is ideal if you're using a planer board to get your worm harness or even Rapala away from the boat in shallow water, less than 10 feet, where you do have isolated weed beds. Try it. You're going to get a lot of fish. How are you doing, Barb?
I'm good.
Does it feel good?
Yeah, it feels good.
I'm going to shut the electric off for a sec, even though we're going to be kind of going in a circle here.
Nice fish.
Oh, okay, Barb. You got me excited, Barb. Okay, wow. Good fish. Oh, that's a good size one, Barb.
It is.
That fish is going to go about 3 pounds. Look it, nice and healthy.
It is.
Gorgeous colors.
Beautiful.
Not like some of the light colored ones that we were getting in the river.
Yeah.
You can see that worm harness that's just in the side of the mouth. Barb got it with the second hook, which was really the trailer hook or the stinger hook, and the front one was just on the side. So it wasn't going to get off, Barb.
No.
That's a nice walleye. Barbara, that one's probably about 18, 19 inches. It's slim because it hasn't been feeding heavy, but to those guys that are in the Derby, they would pay a lot of money to catch 4 fish like that or 5 fish right off the bat and then work for a big one.
Yes.
Okay, Barb, I'm going to put him in the net.
Okay.
He's got lots of energy. Look at how nice he's laying there. Watch this. Magic. Have you ever seen a fish disappear?
There he goes.
Gone.
Yay!
Where did he go? Cindy, if a person's not sure if his boat is seaworthy, should he still be going out on the water?
Not at all. It's actually against the law. Whether or not you own, rent, or borrow a boat, you should always make sure that all of your gear and your engine are in good working order. And it's always a really good idea to make sure that before you head out on the water, you actually run through a pre-departure checklist just to make sure that you do have everything in good working order.
Okay.